Hello everyone, we are making a good old Tuver dal. This is the pressure cooker. I pressure cooked half a cup of Tuver dal and washed it some thrice in good running water. This is the Tuver dal. I guess the camera is fogging, but this is the Tuver dal that we cook. Pigeon peas. In Hindi we call it arhar dal. Gujarati we say Tuver dal. Okay. As a Gujarati, we cook it with a balance of sugar, that is sweetness, and spice, and sour. So it's both tangy, sweet, and spicy. This is a nice huge chunk of jaggery that I am putting in the dal. Now what I have done is, from the pressure cooker, I transferred the contents to this vessel and gave it a nice whisk. To this, I will add some coriander leaves, cilantro, and now what I am going to do is chop in finely one nice chunk of tomato, ripe tomato. Now this is optional. Some people don't like the flavor of tomato in the dal. You can also like a small piece of raw mango. You can peel the green skin of the mango and grate it into the dal, which will also give a very nice sourness to the dal. Okay, this is say half a cup of dal and 2 cups of water. I put everything in the pressure cooker and added salt to taste, 1.5 spoonful of turmeric, and a nice dollop of clarified butter, ghee, into the pressure cooker itself, and brought the pressure cooker to a nice pressure and gave out some 3 to 4 whistles, which ensured that the dal was actually cooked when I opened the pressure cooker. Just wash my hands and cut the tomatoes. Okay, to that pressure cooker I also added some small fistful of raw peanuts, which gives a very nice flavor and taste. Now the peanuts is optional. There are many people who are allergic to peanuts, so they can conveniently avoid it. You can also boil in some drumsticks and add it to the pressure cooker, or you can cut the drumsticks, add to the pressure cooker, and then give 3 to 4 whistles to the dal. Now I will bring this dal to a roaring boil, but keep it stirring while it's boiling on the gas. Now to this I just added, while I was boiling the dal in the pressure cooker, I added a little bit of curry leaves. The reason why you add clarified butter while you pressure cook the dal, it's because sometimes when you pressure cook, due to this high pressure and dal, the water kind of comes out, boils over from the whistle where you put the pressure whistle. That's where you get a lot of dal water coming out. Now by adding clarified butter, ghee to the pressure cooker, that is what ghee prevents that boil over. Okay, now see, this is what we are doing. Just we have added the huge chunk of jaggery. People who like the taste of ginger can put in half an inch of grated ginger to the boiling dal. Okay. Now this is my mom, when I got married, had given me this small katori, which is my standard measurement, which comes to about 3/4 of a cup.
30 grams.
Which is a 30 grams weight. Okay. So for 3 of us, I used 2 katoris of this for dal, Tuver dal. Then again, I mean, other lentils, the measurement would probably go plus or minus. Okay, now again. Yeah, another thing, please do not keep this ladle spoon inside the vessel, because the vessel is going to get heated up. And when you all of a sudden hold this, it's going to be horrors of horrors, really hot, and you'll burn. So what I normally do is, the chopping board, I just keep it like this. We wait till the dal boils. The tomato gives a nice tangy flavor. See, this is the peanut. It gets nice and soft when you kind of, pour this dal over rice and you chew the peanuts. They taste really great. Now, people who are not eating jaggery or sugar for them, they can definitely chop up some dates to taste and add the chopped de-seeded dates to the pressure cooker and then pressure cook the dal. So the sweetness will kind of, amalgamate well, and the taste will come out really, really tasty. While you are pressure cooking this dal, you can always add to the uncooked dal the coriander and cumin powder. To my half a cup of dal, I added a nice heaped teaspoonful, just 1 huge pinch of chili powder, nice heaped spoonful of turmeric, and some 6 to 8 curry leaves, and just I do this, and whatever quantity kind of comes in this feast, I use those peanuts, raw peanuts. I drop them in the pressure cooker, and that's what I pressure cook. For that extra flavoring, if you don't want to add the sweetening, just avoid it totally. You can just cut up some onion, throw it in the pressure cooker along with the dal, and cook. That also gives a very nice flavor, and you can just season it with cumin seeds and some red chilies, whole red chilies, and that's it. Now you see it's begun to boil. Now the jaggery that I had put in, that huge chunk, the fellow has melted, and I can smell the dal, the Tuver dal, the lentils, the smell of the boiled lentils. I can smell the peanuts, boiled peanuts. I can smell the tomatoes boiling, and the salt and the jaggery and everything. When they start boiling and start amalgamating with the things inside, they really smell good. Now this is the time. My grandmom used to say, tasting is like this. And just taste, wash your hand. Which I did, I washed my hand. But the Gujarati dal per se is a good mix of spice, that is the chili, and the sourness and the sweetening. It is a nice, good balance of all the three, and that is what imparts this unique taste to the dal. I mean, you have the sambars and tadka dal and all sorts of dals, but this again is another unique flavor which I think is loved by people who have tasted this. And the thing is, the place from where I come from, Gujarat, That is where we get this wonderful Tuver dals and yellow lentils. My own state grows this. So we have those own flavors and tastes which have been kind of, developed over generations. You can also add a mix of tamarind and jaggery to the dal instead of adding this tomatoes and everything. You can just remove the tomatoes and add the jaggery and tamarind mix. Again, sweetening and the tanginess is totally your choice, how you want to balance it. Some people like it sour, some people like it sweet, some people like it a balanced, nice flavor. See, now it's begun to boil. I have to give it, literally as I said, a roaring boil. The gas flame is medium to low, more towards the low, not high. Because this is a stainless steel vessel and you can use a non-stick one. But this gets heated very nicely. So the care that you have to take is keep stirring it from the bottom nicely so it doesn't stick. Now I am readying things for my tadka, my seasoning. I've just washed some couple of curry leaves. I've already chopped some cilantro, coriander. Some in the sense it's, you can say 1 tablespoonful, that is a small bunch. I mean, you don't need an overpowering cilantro taste in your dal. It's just for that nice green color, that's it. See, now it's boiling. Now I'll lower the gas flame, take out my small vessel for tadka and put it on the gas flame. I'm putting it in such a way that a little bit of vessel is visible. Now to this I will put my good old sesame oil. Sesame oil, it's to everybody's choice, but I like the sesame oil flavor. See, you have to remember you have already put ghee to the pressure cooker. While pressure cooking the dal, you have already put a nice spoonful of ghee. So you actually don't need ghee now. We are just adding a little spoonful of oil. Too much is always lousy. So it's always in controlled portions. I let the ghee heat up. Oil heat up, not ghee. Asleep. I'll add, this quantity is optional, but I have added some 5 nice roundels. I'm adding a small stick of cinnamon, just 1 clove because this friend is very potent, and the taste that you want to bring out is not of the cloves or the cinnamon or the curry leaves. It's a good mix of every single spice, but at the same time, while you are eating the dal, you need to feel the flavors of the lentil itself. It's not about the masalas, it's about the taste, the flavor of the food itself. Okay, if you see, the cinnamon is already toasted. Okay, not too much of fenugreek, just 1/4 teaspoonful, or the dal will get bitter. Not waiting for any crackling or crackling, we are adding a spoonful of mustard seeds. Please be careful of the gas flame, because if the drops of oil while these things are spluttering fall out, there will be a huge flame coming out of the burners. Okay, nice spoonful of asafoetida. Okay, now I'm taking this thing away from the gas flame and putting in the curry leaves, because if I do this, there will be a gas flame all coming up. Now I've taken the ladle. Yes. Okay. Now I will let, in Gujarati we call this vaghar, in Hindi we call it tadka, in English we say seasoning, I guess, tempering guys, yeah. It's tempering, not seasoning. Seasoning is salt. Okay, we let this thing. We have already added turmeric when we were boiling the dal in the pressure cooker, so we don't need to overcolor the dal. Okay. Now, literally 1 and 2 pinches of cumin and coriander powder. And a nice quarter of a teaspoonful of red chili powder. And that is, when you start smelling it in your tempering, you take it away and immediately put it in the dal. Let me show you. Restrictions of having a single camera, but this is what you do. Don't let all the flavors go waste. So we have done the tempering of the Gujarati tuver dal. Now one thing that is